right, let's blend Ultra 9K the easy way. And I don't care if you've went 40 years without using base coat blender, we're going to here because it makes shit easier, man. First things first, let's get a wet coat of base coat blender on our blend area, and then we'll get into just spraying our base. Okay, so now we're gonna get right into our base. While that's still wet, I want all of this to remain wet. And I'm gonna use my Exodus with my Sun Pro so I can see what's going on. This is full fan, full fluid. I'm gonna rock 25 PSI, something like that. We're gonna do this wet on wet. So I'm gonna get my first coverage coat laid down, immediately go back up and do kind of a half coat or pre-orientation coat.
All right, now we'll go back for coat 2.
That's our coverage coat. I'm gonna stop right there. Once this is dehydrated, we'll have a look at it, see how smooth it is. Really what you're trying to do with your coverage coats is get them to lay down very, very, very silky smooth. Because if you're trying to control coat out blotchiness, it's not going to work very well. If it is blotchy, we will add one more coverage coat and really hyper focus on just laying everything down as evenly as we possibly can. And then we'll drop coat it. But yeah, let's look at it right now. Okay, so this is what it currently looks like. Okay, it's like the end of our blend area right there, but it's nice and wet. And because I use that Sun Pro, I know that I'm pretty well in covered. So once this dehydrates, I'll show you what it looks like. We'll drop coat it, and then we're gonna use that base coat blender one more time. All right, guys, so this is flash base coat. This is after the coverage coats, right? Everything looks nice. I mean, we're covered. We're already pretty damn smooth. We're just gonna do a quick drop coat, and that's gonna be base coat done. We'll hit the flash, and then we can clear this thing. Okay, and the only thing that I'm gonna change here is I'm gonna wind the fluid all the way in. I'm gonna treat this like my DV1. Wind it all the way until it stops, okay? So there, we're stopped. I'm gonna do one turn out because I suck at triggering. I basically don't want this coat to wet out. I'm gonna basically dry spray this just to get everything to lay out, right? Like if this wets out, those metallics can do some modelly things. I don't wanna do that. I'm also gonna drop my air pressure from 25 to 18. Nah, I'm gonna go a little bit out on the fluid here. 2 turns out. Yeah, 2 turns out feels better. But 18 PSI, 2 turns out on the fluid. Yeah, let's drop coat this thing.
Nice and slow so we can see everything that's laying down right.
Just like that. That's how easy it is, all right? So I'm gonna let this flash off and I'll show you guys what it looks like before we clear it. All right, and one final step, this is optional, but if you've ever cleared a panel like this that you did a blend in with Ultra 9K, you'll end up with seediness at the end of your blend. If you do one quick little pass with base coat blender, it buries all that. Then you don't have seediness and you don't need a slam hammer clear coat on. So I'm gonna chuck one of them on here.
Just like that.
Just like that, just a really thin layer. So let this flash, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Right, so there's all of our base coat all flashed off. There's our blend down here. Things looking real nice and silky. It's really just simple. As long as you make your base coat nice and smooth when you're doing your coverage coats, and then you don't wet out that control coat, you shouldn't have any problems. But that whole thing, doing it wet on wet, that makes a big difference. You do that first pass pretty damn wet, back up, and then orient all of that. Okay, so it's got to be smooth before you go and control coat it. So let's go ahead, get some clear chucked in the gun, and we'll get this one wrapped up. All right, that's all dry. We need to clear it now. Use the Sagola, the DVR clear cap. I've been really liking this cap. I like it. It's fast. I'm going to use about 27.5 PSI, 1.2 XL nozzle size. Let's make it happen, Captain. Give this about 5 minutes to flash. I'll do coat number 2, and I'll let y'all check it out. All right, there you go. Came out really, really, really nice. Really clean. That's what I'm talking about, man. Use that wet on wet. That by far works the best with 9K. This was all at standard reduction too. I didn't over reduce or do anything funny. Literally just wound my fluid needle in. And like I said, came out 2 turns, dropped my air pressure to 18 instead of 25. And it's nice. Like this is exactly what you want everything to look like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you learned something, let me know in the comments. If you got something you want to add to this, feel free. I'm open to more suggestions, more little tricks. I'll pass them on. All right, catch y'all on the next one.